What's going on, family? Black Feniks checking in with you today. I'm at the headquarters right now, and I wanted to talk to you about how not to be afraid to put a high price on your product. A lot of times we have issues where we'll have a good product and we don't know how to price it, or we'll be afraid to charge a certain amount because we feel like, well, who's going to pay this amount? Um, People value what they spend money on. So if you give them something for free, they're not really going to value it. You probably see it laying on the ground somewhere. But if they spend money for it, and it was actually something that they needed, and it was an expense that helped them make money too, they're going to value it a whole lot better than just something that you give to them or something of a cheaper value. People tend to, I have noticed that coming from the hood standpoint, we bragged about the money we spent. I spent this on a shirt. I spent this on my car. I spent this on some rims. I spent this on a necklace. I spent this on a watch, on my teeth, on my clothes. You know what I mean? So we brag about a lot. So we like to. It's crazy, but we like to say, "Oh, I spent that much on that," as if it means something. Where this is valuable to me because I spent $500 on this. So I think when you're building your product, you should be have confidence in yourself, knowing that, hey, if you got something of value, put into it exactly what you're trying to get out of it. So if you're trying to get $500 out of it, you're gonna have to put a lot of effort into it to get it worth a $500 product. Now, a $500 product is not hard to make, but it's going to take you some time to really fine keen everything. Like I started off honestly with a $50 idea, and my goal was to get $100 idea. And once I got $100 ideal, I wanted to get a $500 idea. And then I also wanted $1,000 idea. Then I wanted a $5,000 idea. So you have to start from somewhere, but you have to come up with something to show uh, your work ethics. You know what I mean? Like show um, what you're doing, how you put your work involved in it to get everything together and right and in line. So don't get caught up on trying to worry about what someone else doing. Know if you put the right effort and the right energy into your product that you're providing, you're going to get what you're trying to get out of it. Like it's a no brainer. I just think that you're going to have enough audacity, enough courage to put that price on it, to put that tag on it. And sometimes we can overshoot it. We can shoot it too high. I mean, that's what it is. And then you be like, man, I ain't getting no hits on this. Or you might hear someone say, yeah, there's just a little bit too much for that. And then you find your sweet spot. Well, I spend this much. And then you might say you might find your sweet spot, whatever the price that is. But I think you're gonna have to throw things out there. You're gonna have to have enough faith just to throw it out there and to know what you are giving and what you're providing, what type of value you are providing to your clients and to your customers. So um, I would just say do your homework, know what you put into it. If it costs so much metal, so much this, so much that, so much time, figure out ways to equal it out. I look at the material, the time that I spent on the job, um, how long it takes me to assemble everything. So you might have a three process, you might have two process, or it might just be a one process thing that you do. So um, all of that to me plays a part of your pricing. So I always look at the material that I spend, how much money I spent on it versus me buying it bulk and me making them, bulk, like in a bulk package or whatnot. But I think that it's very valuable that we come up with something, that we could actually um, have a value on because you really want to get you a good product. And honestly, I would say personally, your goal should be um, focusing on a small product first. Like I say, I literally started off trying to come up with something for $50, and then I went up from there. You know what I mean? But $100 honestly is a good starting point. I just started at 50 when I first, but once I got into the information more, I was like, man, I should have shot a little bit higher with my thoughts. But we getting outside of our comfort zone. We're doing things that we haven't done all the time. So sometimes things can be a little bit frustrating and getting things off the ground. So I get it. But the main thing is you're gonna have the faith, the audacity, the courage to know that you got a good product and that you stand behind it and that you're willing to put that right price on it. That way you can be compensated for what you do because if You don't know what you got. Someone else is not going to value what you have. Hold on.